Sir.
Sir.
If there is anything that needs to be satirized and remixed, it is Trump talking about massive dumps. And by the way, extra points, if you can sample Trump saying massive dumps and me talking about it in a song, please do it.
Dumps. Big massive dumps. Dumps. Big massive dumps. Dumps.
Dumps. Dumps. Dump. Dump. Dumps. Dumps. Dump.
Dumps. Dumps.
Dumps. Dumps. Dump. Dump. Dumps. Dumps. Dump.
Dump. Big massive dumps. Dumps.
Dumps. Dumps.
Sir, you just
Dump.
won.
Dumps. Dumps. Dump.
Dump. Big massive dumps.
Donald Trump insisted multiple times that it was massive dumps that led him to lose the election, which is just
On another level. On another level.
Dumps.
Dumps. Dumps.
Sir, you just
Dump.
won.
Dumps. Dumps. Dump.
Dump. Big massive dumps. Dumps.
Dumps. Dumps.
Sir, you just
Dump.
won.
Dumps. Dumps. Dump.
Dump. Big massive dump.
You turn the faucet on in areas where there's tremendous amounts of water, where the water rushes out to sea because you could never handle it. People are flushing toilets 10 times, 15 times, as opposed to once. Quietly tripping.
Dumps.
Dumps. Dumps.
Sir, you just
Dump.
won.
Dumps. Dumps. Dump.
Dump. Big massive dumps. Dumps.
Dumps. Dumps. Dump. Dumps. Dumps. Dump.
Dumps.
what is going on here? What is going on here? It's just beyond parody. I mean, massive dumps cost him the election. What is going on here? What is going on here? It's just beyond parody. I mean, massive dumps cost him the election. What is going on here?
Dumps. Dumps. Dumps.
Dumps.
Mangoes?
My bag of mangoes up under Trump cost me $8.
I love mangoes, too.
99 cents. Okay. Now that we are up under Biden's regime, my bag of mangoes now costs $11.99. My bag of mangoes, my bag of mangoes, my bag. That's right. My bag of mangoes, my bag of mangoes. Bring my mangoes back down.
That seems like a pretty good deal. Aren't mangoes like $3 each?
They want to go out and they want to touch, they want to vote. I'm working my ass off here. I'm soaking wet already. Suppression balls. You can't hold them. I'm soaking wet already. Suppression balls. Now, yesterday we had 3 big ones, really big. Suppression balls. Hey, don't give me the umbrella. I'm soaking wet already. But they put numbers, you know, they're called suppression. Suppression balls. They make you, like, feel badly. So you say to your wife or you say to your husband, darling, let's go out to dinner and then we'll come back. We love our president. But, you know, the polls say he can't win. Well, right now we're leading in almost everywhere. We're leading. Well, I'm soaking wet already. Suppression balls. Red wave. I'm soaking wet already. Suppression balls. Suppression balls. Biden even shows as his running mate the most liberal senator in America. Kamala. Senator Kamala Harris. Democrat. Kamala.
If you have a pre-existing condition, heart disease, diabetes, breast cancer, they're coming for you. If you love someone who has a pre-existing condition, they're coming for you. If you are under the age of...
Senator Kamala Harris.
I want to just, first of all, say I'm so excited to be here. Thank you. There is so much about what comes out of Donald Trump's mouth.
Don't be rude.
That is designed to distract the American people from what he is doing every day. That is about neglect, negligence, and harm.
You are fake news. Bing, bing, bing. Don't be rude. Don't be rude.
And in the midst of this public health pandemic, we have a Donald Trump. He knew the deal about COVID. He had been informed that it can kill people, that it is 5 times as likely to kill as the flu. He knew it was airborne. He knew it could harm children.
Kamala.
All right, welcome everybody. What an evening we have for us today. We are moments away from the first results in the 2021 California Gubernatorial recall election. We are monitoring multiple streams of consciousness, streams of video, all sorts of streams. And in about 85 minutes, the polls will fully close. They're going to be the body is going to shut them completely down. We are actually going to be able to hit the body.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, very powerful light.
Right. We're going to be doing that to the ballots. We will be looking for barbecue sauce, bamboo fibers, green onion, everything. The ballots will be looked at very closely, and we will have a sense. I believe we will have a sense of who is going to be governor in California within about an hour and a half. I actually, we obviously have to be very careful. And in fact, let's look at the latest polling. When we were in this area, August 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it was a tie. And my feeling was, I don't know if enough Californians are paying attention to what's going on yet. So everybody's got to vote. And then the lead started to open just a little bit for Gavin Newsom. And it has now swelled to a, 15.8% lead. So I have been very cautious. I believe that Gavin Newsom is going to absolutely crush this thing. Now, this is aside from, is it too easy to even get a recall going in California? I believe the answer is yes. Yes. But for today, I want to crush these people. Larry Elder could not be a worse choice. I can't think of a worse choice for California than Larry Elder. It's tough. Maybe Jesse Lee Peterson, right? Maybe Trump. I don't know.
Everything you're doing is wrong.
Right.
She hung up.
Yeah. So I want to crush these people, and I hope that the numbers are. I hope the numbers back that up, and the numbers make it a reality. Now, we will be joined at the top of the hour by I don't know exactly, but one of the leading Democratic alternatives to Gavin Newsom in this thing, Kevin Paffrath, YouTuber and realtor. He will be joining us at the top of the hour. Okay, so if people want to hear from him, he will be here. If people don't want to hear from him, he will be here. In either case, he is going to be here. So that's going on later today. And what else do we have here? The numbers coming in about an hour and 23 minutes. All right, everybody. So everybody relax. We've got a little bit of time. I can't tell you how glad I am to see all of you here. I didn't know how much interest there was going to be in this, but people are here. Welcome. Welcome. Will I be talking about the AOC dress? I will. And you know why? Because today she's wearing a different dress, helping us to promote our coupon code. No recall. We have a coupon code today. AOC modeling the dress. No recall is the coupon code because we want no recall. No recall today. All right. That is the name of the game. And hold on a second. Got to zoom this in. Let's see. There is the code. No recall discount code. Okay. Now, honestly, I really don't care about the dress. It's like famous people get invited to stuff with other famous people. She makes a fine salary, but she had student loans. She's not like uber wealthy right now. And she showed up and she said tax the rich on her dress. I just really don't care that much. I really don't. I don't know how else to say it. It's fine. I'm much more appreciative that today she's helping to promote the discount code. Okay? That's what I'm glad about today. So I really don't know that a bunch of people wrote to me and said, David, talk about the dress. I'm just struggling because I really don't care. But she'll be here to help us promote the coupon code. It is no recall at joinpacman.com, and everybody is going to be thanked. Okay, what do we have going on here? We have CBS News Live. We have ABC News about ready to go. We are monitoring NBC News. We also are waiting for right-wing streams. The Right Side Broadcasting Network is going to apparently be interviewing Larry Elder. And we also have Newsmax. Now let's look at exit polls, okay? Do we have them here? Where are the exit polls? Oh, wait, someone said Fox News released them. Let's take a look at the exit polls. Allow ads. No, I'm not right now. Not unless you're going to force me to. Where are the exit polls? I actually don't see them here. Anybody know where we can find them? California recall exit polls. Oh, here it is. Yeah, okay. Okay. I did look at this before. I'm going to get to super chats momentarily. Okay, guys? Momentarily. Okay. All right. COVID pandemic remains at the top of voters' minds. 1/3 says that was the biggest issue. That's a plurality. I think that that's very bad for Larry Elder, who said he will end all mask mandates and all vaccine mandates and requirements. That's followed by 1/5 saying homelessness. My instinct is the homelessness people want Newsom out. But it's only 1/5. COVID by far a bigger issue. 1 in 6 say the economy and wildfires. Slightly under 1/10 say crime. Concerns vary among partisan lines. More than 4 in 10 Dems say it's COVID. Only 1/5 of Republicans say the same. On the flip side, Republicans are more than 3 times as likely as Democrats to name the economy as their top concern. Voters have mixed outlooks on the pandemic's course. 4 in 10 say the situation is getting better. 3 say it remains the same. 1/4 say that it is worsening. Under half of the electorate, 45% say Newsom's policies on the pandemic have been about right. 1/3 call his policies too strict. The remainder say they are not strict enough. 6 in 10 say getting vaccinated is more of a public health responsibility than a personal choice. I don't think that's good for Elder, who was running on I will end every requirement. Yeah, I got to tell you, I don't think this looks good at all for Larry Elder. And I really hope that this guy gets crushed. All right, let's kick things off with some super chats. David, awesome to have a stream like this on a Tuesday night. Absolutely. Daniel says, I heard California was trying out a novel ballot curing method similar to what is done with mortadella. Yeah. You know, in Spain, actually, as many of you know, I don't eat pork. And in Spain, a couple weeks ago, I had a beautiful beef-based, I would call it a charcuterie, called cecina. And I read that they are actually applying the same curing methods. You basically are applying, quite frankly, you're applying light and heat to cure.
Apply light and heat to cure.
They're applying the same curing methods as I had with my cecina in Spain to the California ballots, and even spicy olive oils apparently in play, as I would say. Matt Wilson sending an incredibly generous $50 super chat. I appreciate that, Matt. Biggest super chat we've had in a while. Mind Hacks asks, from the standpoint of doing, how are you? That's a great question.
One of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of water.
I'm doing well. Glad to be here on a Tuesday. Bronx Bjorn says this is a win for Republicans either way because it sets up the narrative that Dems are undemocratic cheaters. No, I actually disagree. I don't think anybody but the most extreme lunatic Republicans who already believe it about the November election are going to believe that tonight's election was rigged. Larry Elder is already saying it was rigged. We don't even have the results yet, but I actually don't agree with that. I think this is going to be, I think if Newsom crushes tonight, it's a bad omen for Trumpism, because this is, in a sense, a Trump referendum. Elder is the epitome of the pro-Trump lunatic. So I actually think this could be very bad for Trumpism. Explain how this works. If Gavin is recalled, is Elder automatically the governor, or is there another election and Democratic candidate? No, so it's basically a two-part. Let's go to the data. Here it is. So the first question is, should Gavin Newsom be recalled? Okay, these numbers are going to start coming into us in 76 minutes. If this gets 50%, then it goes to the second question, which is who should replace him? The second question is only enabled. It's like it's got to be unlocked, in a sense, if the first one gets 50%. I believe the first one will not get 50%. Okay? We're just waiting for the data. Waiting for the data. Let's see what else we've got going on here. Rob Roster dropping in a $20 super chat. Appreciate that. I know he's toxic, but Jesse Lee Peterson is your Riley Martin. All right. David, can you explain why California even has recall elections to begin with? Are you surprised people haven't fought for federal recall elections? No, I mean, the system California has is absurd. So it needs to be fixed, actually. Tony Wynn besting the $50 super chat with a $100 super chat. Incredible. Thank you, Tony. Mr. Feeney says, tell Larry Elder he can keep that little smug. Hey, actually, I'm going to play some video from the Newsom rally last night. It was off the wall bonkers. But before we do that, I am committed to not falling behind today in terms of thanking different people. So I want to say thank you to James Brummel for signing up on my website with the code No Recall, and Pete Zaleski for doing exactly the same thing. That puts us at 2. And then a ton of people signing up here with Twitch Prime. Let me see who we've got. I want to say thanks to Rubbin' Your Rhubarb, Lessanon, Pack Fans, Sarah Dames, M. Bronov, Shiny Socks, It's Gimli, Jen here has gifted 2, Milo Wild has resubbed, Hobo Spidey, Big Papa Pickle, Abivins, Hat Mumfrey, Ernie, Black MSN, and C Mizzle. That's 17 guys, putting us at 19 right at the top of the show. What a night. And as a reminder, because the theme today is no recall, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez really generously reminding us with a very controversial dress. Some people felt that this dress should not have been even made, actually. Reminding us that the coupon code on my website is no recall. If you've been thinking about signing up, today is really a great day to do it. Okay, let's go to, oh, you guys are going to love this. We did a segment on the YouTube channel about this, but I want to look at it with you. This is last night at the Gavin Newsom, Joe Biden event, okay? And it was absolute and total chaos. Now, what you're going to see here is there are 2 lunatics involved in arguments outside the event. One of them is an Air Force mom based on her shirt. They're both unmasked. And it's a struggle to keep track of what is happening here. Take a look. Okay, so you've got Air Force mom, I believe, arguing about vaccines, and you have this woman arguing about the economy. They are both against Gavin Newsom.
The public school system, and it's wrong. Do your research. It's going to go up. You know what's
so it's it's like we need multi-threading to follow with what's going on. She just said, do your research because you're wrong about vaccines. She just said something about $1 million. Her concerns are economic.
Everything. Why are they mandating legal Democrats want to clear guys down and dumb. No, they are not. You live in my daughter, right? Yeah.
I mean, it's like stereo. It's crazy what's happening here.
You don't prove that is Democrats. Even working or staying. No. How many deaths? Do you know how many deaths?
So now Air Force Mom is asking how many people have died from the vaccine.
Figuring out. Tell me, because I know. I want to have a There's over hundreds of thousands of deaths in less than 1 year.
So I think she's saying there are hundreds of thousands of deaths from the vaccine. I think that's what she's saying.
In less than 1 year, sweetheart. Guess what? You gotta have a... Do you know how many people died from the flu? Your business, start a business. Less.
Fewer.
Died from the vaccine in 1 year. Have you looked it up? That's where you've been indoctrinated. That's where you're brainwashed. Because not everybody died.
Yeah. The brainwashed person is the one who doesn't believe hundreds of thousands of people died from the vaccine.
Dies of COVID, honey. Not everybody dies of COVID. COVID has a 99% survival rate.
What's with sweetheart and honey and stuff like that, by the way?
Why do I need a vaccine? Why do my kids who have an immune system need a vaccine? They don't. This man wants to put poison in my kids' body. I'm sorry. Then they should take the vaccine. If the vaccine works, then they should take it. If you don't want to get the vaccine, you can get weekly testing. I don't want to be on welfare. I don't want to be on welfare, and I don't want to hold...
I don't want to be on welfare. What?
For my children. I don't want my kids to have something stuck up their nose every week. No, absolutely not. That's the problem. That's the problem. If the vaccine works, then why are they afraid of me? Tell me why. Explain that. Explain it, please.
Okay, so there's Air Force Mom, and then it just like kept going.
You have some growing up to do. Do your research. It's going to get worse. And let me tell you something. You are misinformed. You are misinformed.
It looks like now this woman is starting to argue with this woman.
The majority of our military does not support our community. It's going to break us with the higher taxes. We're going to pay taxes, and they're going to get everything.
All right, so now this woman's all just worked up about taxes.
Illegal immigrants have more rights than we do.
Oh, God.
They care more about illegal immigrants. They get free medical, EBT, food.
Okay. All right. So anyway, that was at the Newsom rally yesterday, and it's all pretty weaponized, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I do want to say thank you to Megan Roller. Megan just signed up on my website with the coupon code No Recall. Very much appreciate that, Megan. Thank you. Also want to say thank you to Lamber FS, Bling Bling Da Bunny, Scientific, for signing up via Twitch. Putting us already at 23, which I very much appreciate. Results in 69 minutes, if you can believe it. Let's get to... actually, hold on a second. Should I do unban requests? No, so let me just do this real quick. And I need a sip of water here. Excuse me. One-handed, if you can see that. Yesterday, I told the story that I got a bad haircut. Whoa, what is this? Oh, my God. Where are we? YouTube movies. What is this? Hold on. Let me find what I wanted to play for you guys. I told the story yesterday that I got a bad haircut, and someone made a video about it. Here it is. This is nicely done. This is user independent NN on the subreddit. All right. This is pretty well done.
Hey. Hi.
Hey. How come you're wearing a hat?
I got a haircut.
Oh, yeah? Can I see it?
There's nothing to say.
Come on, let me see it.
Forget it.
Come on.
All right. Very good. Thanks.
All right. So anyway, yeah, I am getting the haircut fixed on Friday. My normal person was not available. I ended up at a barbershop, which I love. I love the whole vibe at barbershops. I just got a bad haircut at the barbershop. And it could even be my response. I might have asked for the wrong thing. Okay. All right. Let's continue. Other super chats coming in. Sir, are you expecting massive dumps tonight?
They call them dumps.
We are expecting huge vote dumps coming in. Yep. JC says, David, un saludo, maestro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Matthew Haley coming in with a very healthy $75 super chat. Thanks to Maria. David, where can we get a list of all the effery Larry Elder wants to set in place? Check his wiki. We went over it yesterday, and it was just wacky. Tony Crump says Elder is a nut. Will never win in California. He can dream on, but it will be a nightmare for him. Let's hope you're right. One Dead Chicken says, this is awful. Well, let's get through it together. We're 67 minutes from the results coming in. Really appreciate your coverage and insights analysis of all these elections. Longtime listener, third-time super chatter. Keep it up, David and team. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate that. Her saying sweetheart is pretty much the female equivalent of calling a black person boy. Do people agree with that? Do you guys think that's true? With the Air Force anti-vax mom? Everybody seems to be saying not even close. People disagree. Speaking of the POL from Cali and San Fran, in Boehner's new book, he claims Pelosi is the most powerful speaker in his lifetime, maybe ever. What's with San Fran and Pelosi, Newsom, Harris? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure I know what you mean. I'd have to think about that. Ben says, any takes on the Boston and Somerville races? Do I want to mention anything about that? I mean, listen, I've sort of been in touch with Michelle Wu off and on for a couple of years. And if I were a Boston voter, I'd be voting for Michelle Wu. I like Michelle very, very strongly. Somerville, I know nothing about. Illinois Governor Pritzker signing clean energy tomorrow, boosting solar and wind, closing all coal and gas over the next 2 decades. I will cover that, Rob. Appreciate you letting me know. Would you say this is a good test to see who would win in California in 22 for House races? No. Remember, House races are district by district. Tonight's recall is statewide. This is more analogous to Senate in a sense, okay? In a sense. I want to say thank you to AJ4AU as well as Merkelist, Bobby, and Bernie on a Boat for re-upping Twitch subscriptions today. Also, thanks for people signing up on my website. Brandon Gullett just signed up with the code NORECALL. Julie Spalding is a new member. And so is Johnny Bolyea. Numbers 28, 29, and 30. We are here awaiting results in the California gubernatorial recall. I don't just want the recall to fail. I want the recall to get crushed. Okay. And because of that, the coupon code on my website is no recall. It's a simple code. No space, no recall. We're at 30. We're going for 100. JoinPacman.com is the place to do it. And Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez setting the world ablaze, almost broke the internet, showing up today with a dress reminding everybody of the discount code, no recall discount code, as opposed to, of course, total recall, a very, very different thing. We're going to be joined momentarily by one of the candidates tonight. His name is Kevin Paffrath. He is running. Let me check in with him. Hey, are you almost ready to go? Scheduled for the top of the hour. Kevin actually, Kevin would outlaw the coupon code. And so we're going to talk with him about that momentarily because I believe the coupon codes should be legal. I believe that they should be legal. Kevin may disagree. All right. So we're going to hear about that. Oh, let me quickly do my unban request. I'm just going to lean over and grab my gavel. Okay, here we go. When you get banned on Twitch, you can request to be unbanned, and I will adjudicate it. And then this is a court of just one, okay? User Matt Zeman was recently banned. He generally was being negative. He said he gives props to Larry Elder. He thinks Biden has dementia. He thinks it's embarrassing that I was using Wikipedia to tell you some of Larry Elder's political opinions, even though they were all very clearly cited. Matt Zeman was banned, and he is asking to be unbanned and says, David, I apologize for being rude. I don't know what got into me. I enjoy your channel. It helps educate me. I won't be mean or be out of line if given another chance. That's fair. I am going to unban. I think that that's fair. What they said was not, racist, anti-Semitic, etc. Okay, now it said that had already been resolved. Guys, if there are any moderators messing with the unban requests, please do not touch them. Okay, please do not touch them because I do them on air. In the time, it said someone already did that. Some other moderators, please do not touch those. Next one is a user named Labontech is fake. I recognize this. This is someone who's been banned under a dozen or so different names already. They made a new account yesterday, followed yesterday, and immediately posted the message, "What's up, libtard?" They were banned. And they came in and they said, "A libtard moderator did this, and I'm waiting on my moderator application." Unfortunately, that's going to be another permaban. Okay? So from the standpoint of unban requests, we are all set. We've taken care of them. Results in an hour, guys. Results in an hour. Let's, we're standing by for Kevin Paffrath here, but he's not. We'll give him another minute. He's supposed to be joining us right now. We are ready when you are. Hopefully he doesn't bail on us, you know. All right. We're standing by for that. I'm just going to do a few super chats while we wait for Kevin because I don't want to be interrupted in the middle of some of the other material. Let's continue. Sir, thanks for staying up past your bedtime to do the stream. Glad to have you in the living room tonight. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. David, sir, would you ever consider running for public office? Why or why not? I don't know. Maybe, you know, I have no strong feeling about it one way or the other. Alex coming in with $100 super chat, matching the high watermark of the night as we cross into 7,000 live viewers over on YouTube and approaching 1,000 live viewers on Twitch. Sir, what's the reasoning behind Republicans saying elections are rigged? It's really troubling if this is the new norm. Well, they can't win on policy. So basically it's do cultural stuff and then say it was stolen. I hesitate to call it a strategy because it's so idiotic. But it's sort of like their strategy because they're losing on policy. You know? David, reading in Politico, Dems are looking to include immigration reform in the $3.5 trillion plan. This is becoming the bill of bills for Democrats. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of holding tight on really analyzing it in as serious a way as I eventually will, because so much is being thrown around that I don't actually know what's ultimately going to be in this thing yet. So I'm kind of keeping tabs on what's being proposed, and we'll do the deep dive when the time comes. How do you think it would affect the 2022 midterms if it came out that Biden had ligma? What's that? I don't even know what that is. Sounds pretty based, though. Hey, David, coming back to monthly donations. Very much appreciate that. Kornacki expects results quick because most ballots are by mail and have been counted. Yeah, I think that by 75 minutes from now, this thing is basically going to be over. I think it will basically be over. All right, guys, I'm going to try calling Kevin Paffrath. I hope he's not bailing on us. Let's see. Video call. Let's see what we've got. Doesn't seem like he's on. We were scheduled to speak to one of the candidates today. Let me just see. Paffrath, I'll shoot him a quick email. Hey, have been trying to call you on Discord. We'll see if it happens, it happens. I do want to say thank you to Sarah Inscore, who just signed up at joinpacman.com. J.R. Hobson just signed up at joinpacman.com. And Eddie Koch just signed up at joinpacman.com. Very much appreciate that, guys. Also, thanks to OmniShark, Hot Grease, and Under the Screen for the Twitch subscriptions, numbers 34, 35, and 36. Very much appreciate that. Okay, let's see. I think we've got Kevin here. Let me see what we've got. We're going to try to hear from Kevin. Kevin Paffrath, one of the candidates in today's recall election. Hey, Kevin, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Thank you so much for having me.
Beautiful. Give me 1 second just to get you properly on screen. I'm just going to tweak the shot here. We don't typically use Discord, but I want the audience to have, you have such perfect resolution. We want everybody to be able to see you. And there are so many questions about everything that's going on. Okay, so let's see here. And all right, good. Everybody can now see you. Kevin, it's great to have you on again.
Thank you so much.
Or I guess, no, I was on with you last time, really. It's great to be together again, I think is the point.
Good point. That's true. And we didn't even talk about governorship back then. That wasn't even on the radar back then.
Right.
We were talking about generic stimulus and the large packages and the small packages going around.
Which makes me wonder, if it was not even on your radar back then, was this like on a whim?
Kind of.
It was, okay.
In fact, I decided to run the day before I declared it. So it went mega fast. And the reason was I looked at the ballot and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's no backup option. What are they doing? The options were horrible. I'm like, I can compete in this.
Oh, that's interesting. So you were running, are you not like a hardcore anti-Newsom guy, but you felt that if Newsom was recalled, it would be really bad, so you wanted to be in there as an alternative?
Well, it's both. I don't love what Newsom's done. I think, this election has turned into mudslinging against Larry Elder and fear-mongering Elder and COVID, right? But
well, Elder is arguably one of the most dangerous people that could ever hold public office, so I think it's warranted, but maybe we'll get to that.
Yeah, and look, I aside from the Larry part, which I get that, I get the arguments, the thing that I think we should be standing on is policy solutions. How are we going to fix homelessness, schools? How are we going to fix the crime problem that we've got, the housing shortage, and get enough water to California and deal with our fires, right?
Yeah.
These are some massive issues. I wish this election were about that policy, but it's become so much about, Elder, or as the LA Times says, the black face of white supremacy, and, Gavin Newsom saying, hey, this is a Trump Republican. Joe Biden just yesterday called Larry Elder without mentioning him. He didn't, I think you were streaming it actually. He didn't mention Larry Elder's name once, but just said the leading Republican is a clone of Donald Trump, just driving that fear into California.
I mean, that seems absolutely accurate. I mean, the only thing I've ever seen Larry Elder disagree with Trump on was Elder was against the China tariffs. And otherwise, I can't think of a single thing. So it seems he's a clone. It seems it's accurate.
You're actually right. I mean, now that you got me thinking about it, and I tried to think more about our campaign.
Oh, okay.
You're right.
All right, good.
Aligned perfectly.
So it's actually it's okay then for Biden to call him a clone because it seems like he is one. You're agreeing.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Look, I said it during the debate. The one debate that I was in, I said, look, the danger here in California is we get nothing done.
Right.
But there's also a danger of Larry Elder. If you play back the debate, I said, look, the danger is not John Cox or Kevin Kiley or Faulkner standing on stage with me, the moderates, right? I always thought we're sort of the moderates. It's somebody like either Larry Elder, or in my opinion, I think there's a better option than Gavin Newsom, whether that's in this election or next election, we'll see. But golly, yeah, look, I said it as well, so I agree with you.
Hey, one of the things I think we're seeing in the exit polls, and I'm curious your thoughts on it, is that some of the issues you mentioned are not that important to the voters, or at least the voters who voted so far. What I mean by that is you talked, for example, about crime. I think only 1 out of 10 voters said that's the top issue, whereas the plurality was actually COVID, where Elder said end every mask requirement, end every vaccine requirement. So it seems maybe there was a miscalculation about what the voters care about.
There was a transition. And it was really with the rise of the Delta variant, which you can look at the rise of cases starting the very last 2 or 3 days of July and the first 2 weeks of August. The Delta variant took over news headlines.
Yeah.
Fear was everywhere. We went to peak Delta fear. And if you look at the polls, Larry Elder just got into the election right in mid-July, like July 13th. And as soon as the beginning of August came around, Gavin Newsom released marketing going, here's Larry Elder. He's going to take away all of the COVID requirements at the same time as we're getting to peak Delta, basically, and peak fear over Delta. Schools reopening. The timing was a gift for Gavin Newsom. It literally, Larry Elder was the perfect gift for Gavin Newsom's campaign. And you're right. Look, we ran this campaign when we started in May and June on the issues that mattered then. The number one issue then was homelessness. The number two issue was housing. The number three issue was crime, and then water and fires. Those were the big issues. That's what we built our campaign on. That shifted just in those first 2 weeks of August. And yeah, that hurt.
Okay, yeah, I don't have the polling as of that date in front of me, so I'll have to take your word for it on that. Listen, Kevin, on raking the forest floors, are you in favor of raking? Are you against it? Do you think it's neither here nor there?
Yeah, I'm not sure about raking, but I am for controlled burns. So I'm a big fan of how can we get logging back on our federal lands? So we got to cooperate with Joe Biden. How can we get logging back on our California lands where we need to do controlled burns anyway? Then conduct controlled burns. Controlled burns cost $35 an acre. Wildfires cost $1,500 an acre. Portugal had extreme wildfires up to 2017. They went crazy on controlled burns. The Economist did a whole piece on this. That's The Economist, economist.com. And they talked about exactly how they went through this controlled burn strategy, and now they don't have as bad of devastating wildfires. They haven't had a devastating wildfire since. They've had wildfires, but not as devastating like what we're seeing here in California. And here's the problem. NPR did a whole expose on this. Gavin Newsom declared that he was going to do X number of acres of controlled burns. He overstated how much he actually did by 690%. Then the day NPR released that report, the CAL FIRE chief appointed by Newsom tried to cover that fact up. And at the same time, they're trying to now publicly walk back that they ever made that commitment. So had we done more controlled burns, I think we could have helped put a dent in the wildfires that we're having now. But we need to do a lot more than even they were trying to do. We got to think big about these problems.
One of the areas, on a lot of different things in looking at your campaign platform, it's quite similar to both Gavin Newsom and Joe Biden, on masking and vaccines and on a lot of different things. The one where I'm trying to understand, and you're running as a Democrat for people who may be watching and don't know. The one I want to know more about is on the homelessness issue. I'm trying to figure out, where do the homeless go? Do you kick them out of the state of California? Is that what you do?
No.
You don't.
So here's what we got to do. We got to understand what causes homelessness first. So the quick background. 70% of homelessness is caused by economic reasons.
Right.
Job loss, eviction, poverty, right? Lack of schooling, whatever. So we got big issues, structural issues there. But once people are homeless, they fall into despair. Drugs, alcohol, mental health issues, all of that. The issue in California is we don't have solutions for those folks that are streamlined and concentrated and consolidated in one place. You're homeless. How are you supposed to buy yourself an Uber, to go to a primary care physician, to get a mental health appointment 6 months out? It's impossible. So what happens? You live on the street and you just want to be left alone because the system sucks. So here's my plan. We convert 80 buildings throughout the state of California, so maybe to house an average of about 2,000 folks each. Some will be smaller, some will be larger. And in these, they're optional facilities, but in these, we provide shelter. We provide storage for people's things. We provide, and I think COVID, like Javits Center style, so it's not like we're giving homes, it's shelter is what it is, shelter first.
Yep.
Then in these facilities, we also provide what we're not doing right now: mental health services, drug services, clean food, clean clothing, opportunities to have like a base and try to launch from somewhere again. We start with these as optional facilities. Ideally, at some point we transition to where we can say, no more living on the streets, because right now it is against the law, but it's only against the law if there's an alternate place for people to sleep. That's what we're going to create. And we want to do that as soon as practically possible because it's unacceptable that people are dying on the street.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea of creating the places to go, and the places are lacking in many locations. I think the concern is when any kind of criminalization of homelessness has been done, it often backfires both practically and from a sort of empathy standpoint. So that would be maybe a concern. And, if someone's in San Francisco and the closest facility, for lack of a better term, is 200 miles away, that may be 200 miles from their family or their community, right? So forcing people, a lot going on there, Kevin, by the way, forcing people to go that far may not make sense, right?
Yeah, look, we absolutely need to put these facilities where people are. There are more people homeless. I mean, we've got somewhere around 80,000 people homeless in Los Angeles.
Right.
So you're going to have more facilities there. Here's just an example. The best example I could give you is people are like, well, I don't want this facility in my backyard. And it's like, well, wait a minute. The homelessness is where it is. The homeless problem on Venice Beach or downtown San Francisco is there. That's where the facility goes. So if we've got homeless in San Francisco, they get serviced with the facility there. If we've got homeless in Venice, they get serviced with the facility there. So we've got to bring the services to them. We can't ship people out to other states or the deserts. We can't arrest our way out of homelessness. That's ridiculous. It's not their fault they're homeless. It's government's fault. In most cases, it's government's fault that has failed people with a proper social safety net. It's not fair to them. Like, look at our schools. We're the 5th largest economy in the world, and we're in the bottom 20% of schools. It's crazy. And so, in my opinion, we've got to make big investments into not only helping the people who are on the streets now, but then breaking the cycle of poverty.
Yes.
And we do that by investing in our schools and solving our crime crisis.
Kevin, do you have to go? I don't want to keep you if you've got to run. It seems like a lot is going on there.
You know what, I'll actually take you. Yeah, come on over. We've got like an event over here. I'll just take you over here. I hope I don't lose you over here.
Oh, there's an event happening right now?
Well, I mean, we're kind of...
Oh, wow. It sounds loud. Everybody vaccinated in there? God, I hope so.
Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me see what time Spectrum is, because we've got an interview coming up.
Yeah. Let me interview the Spectrum person.
7:20. Okay, I got 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, perfect. Listen, I will interview the Spectrum reporter momentarily. That'll be interesting for the audience. Real quick, real estate question. Are you still big on radon tests no matter what as part of the inspection? Do you think that just always makes sense just for peace of mind?
No, it's not necessary in most areas. We're in a high radon area technically, but we almost never do radon tests. I actually have done radon testing before, though. And when radon testing is important is certainly first in areas that are known to have high radon. But number two, when you have cracked foundations and then really well insulated homes. See, that's actually an interesting combination because if you have homes from the 1920s and 50s, they're not well insulated. So the radon can come in and kind of ventilate out. So you generally don't get bad concentrations. The homes built in the 50s here in California, they don't even have insulation in the walls. It's nuts.
Right.
The problem is when you get like 2003 built homes that are really well insulated, and then they've got these massive foundation cracks and that radon leaks in a high radon area. In those areas, absolutely radon test.
Last question. Even if you're paying cash, is it useful to throw a mortgage contingency in there just to give you an extra out?
No, because if you're saying you're paying cash and you're putting in a mortgage contingency, nobody's going to believe you. You don't need an extra out like that. What you should always have is like bare minimum title report. That is your most important contingency. I just bought a property, wrote a cash offer, no inspection, no finance, no appraisal contingency. I get the title report back. They told me they had like a new roof and a new air conditioner, new windows, and I saw this. I'm like, this is great. I'm getting a great deal. Title report comes back. Those were all PACE loans. It was like $90,000 worth of loans, and they were expecting me to take that over. And I'm like, no, you're selling me the house with these upgrades. You pay it off. That's not my problem. Pay off your loans.
So that was your out.
Very, very good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But by using that out, I convinced them to pay those debts off. And so now we're still collecting cash.
Wow. Well, Kevin, it's all happening. Absolute last thing. I know you got to go. By how much does Gavin Recall end up staying today? He's going to crush it, right?
Look, to me, it's going to come out to the millennial turnout. That's the big thing. If millennials turn out, we can pull this off. But millennials, they don't show up in these surveys.
Yep.
And it's important to know the millennials' biggest voting base, but again, lowest turnout historically.
Right.
So was I able to drive them out? We'll see. If I get enough of a turnout, who knows? We could win. If we don't win and we have a lot of momentum, we'll go strong into 2022. And if we totally miscalculated and nobody votes for us, well, then probably won't go into 2022.
Right.
We'll see what happens in like an hour.
All right, Kevin, you've said it all. I appreciate you making time for us on such a busy day for you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Take care, buddy.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. See ya. All right, folks. Kevin Paffrath maintaining polite optimism about the circumstances in California, he may end up with somewhere between 6 and 10% of the recall vote. For those who, on the second question is what I'm trying to say. We are down to 42 minutes until the results. I personally believe, right, like Miss South Carolina, that Gavin Newsom is going to do really, really well tonight. I really think so. Okay. Boy, do I have a lot of people to thank here. We have such an incredible night. We are about to breach the firewall of 8,000 live viewers on YouTube. We are closing in on 1,500 on Twitch and 500 on Facebook. We may get to that 10,000 total mark today because it is an important day. The California gubernatorial recall is a referendum on Trumpism. As Kevin admitted, after first saying he didn't get it, but then I convinced him, Larry Elder is essentially a Trump clone. Different skin color. Yeah, okay, I get it. But on policy. And we are really going to get a signal potentially about some elements of Trumpism for 22 based on what happens today. So the theme today is no recall. No recall. That's the coupon code on my website. I will even show you how it all works here. What am I even clicking here? You go to my website and look, AOC even modeling the coupon code for us. Very controversial dress, okay? You pick monthly or yearly. I say yearly because you save even more. The coupon code, no recall, $60, a fair price, becomes just, I'm not allowed to say it out loud. My lawyer says don't say it out loud. It's on the screen is what it is. It's just such a discount, okay? So I encourage people to take advantage of that, as we are now just moments from the first results. And on that note, I'm sorry. Let me just thank everybody who signed up. Gustavo Chavez has just signed up. Liam Whitt is a new member. Alex Akrush has signed up, as has Michael Randall. Thanks to Mark Oppenheimer as well. That puts us at 41. And then I also want to thank everybody who's been supporting via Twitch, which includes The Hobo, Santa Araz, JR Dubs, Grant Metalhead, JPT. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. That's it. That's 5. Putting us at 46. Very much appreciate that. I know people are worried. Can the website handle all of this traffic? We've quadrupled resources on the website just to make sure it could handle the traffic. All right, let's go through a few different things that I had for you here. We'll get back to that. Okay, this was a poll worker in West Hollywood this morning wearing a Trump hat and a Where's Hunter shirt. Isn't this electioneering at the polling place? Now, I guess the counterpoint would be these individuals, Hunter and Trump, are not on the ballot in the election that he is working. But I think the point that people are making in chat is, even if it's not electioneering, this doesn't appear to be a neutral individual. So yeah, that's a concern for sure. It strikes me as against the law. Here is Larry Elder previously, just to give you a sense of how horrifying this guy is, saying that he would have voted against the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Oh, boy.
When I said to this man that I was a libertarian, he said, wait a second, libertarian? I had the libertarian candidate for vice governor of New York on my show. And I asked him, when you were in the Senate in the mid-'60s, would you have voted in favor or against the civil rights legislation of 1964? And this man said he would have voted against it. So I'm asking you, Larry Elder, what would you have done? And I said, well, to the extent that those laws mandate any kind of interference in the private sector, yes, I would have voted against it.
You guys know why that's funny, right? He's telling us here his godly principle is no interference in the private sector. This guy is running on, if you elect me, I will ban businesses from enforcing mask mandates, and I will ban businesses from requiring vaccination. Think about that. His guiding principle, don't interfere with business, except he's running on, I will tell businesses exactly how they can determine who to do business with and who not to do business. It's irony is dead. Irony is dead. This guy's disgusting. We've got to crush him today. Oh, okay. I will be covering this tomorrow because it did start to get some attention. As many of you know, the pop singer, Nicki Minaj, tweeted a very strange story about vaccination yesterday. Tweeting, my cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent. His testicles became swollen. His friend was weeks from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding. So just pray on it. Make sure you're comfortable with your decision, not bullied. Yesterday, I responded to this, and some people like this. I said, is it maybe possible that the swollen apple bags were an STD from cheating, and that's why the wedding was called off? Now, some of you yesterday said, David, sir, there's no STD that would cause that. You were wrong about that. Actually, chlamydia and gonorrhea, which are STDs, can cause inflammation of the testicle, orchitis. Okay? So I don't even know why I trusted you guys when you told me that, but a very, very important apple bag situation, which we're still investigating strongly. Jake Tapper did ask Anthony Fauci about it today. Let's just take a quick look at what Dr. Fauci said.
Speaking of trusted messengers, pop star Nicki Minaj tweeted yesterday that she's not vaccinated. She's doing her own research. And then she shared an anecdote I found rather unbelievable, to be honest, about alleged side effects that her cousin's friend supposedly experienced in Trinidad. I wouldn't normally even ask you about this, but Nicki Minaj has nearly 180 million followers on Twitter and Instagram combined. She's beloved by her fans. She's a huge talent, obviously. Her tweet was seized upon by vaccine opponents as some sort of evidence. I want you to address what she said, because for anyone out there who has any questions about this, Dr. Fauci, is there any evidence...
Fauci, address the apple bag swelling.
...that the Pfizer, the Moderna, or the J&J vaccines cause any reproductive issues in men or women?
The answer to that, Jake, is a resounding no. There's no evidence that it happens, nor is there any mechanistic reason to imagine that it would happen. So the answer to your question is no.
How can health authorities...
All right. Anyway, you guys get the picture. I think you're understanding what's going on there. So we did our orchitis elements as well. Yeah, very good. Okay, we are 35 minutes from results starting to come in. We are monitoring right-wing channels. We are monitoring left-wing channels. This is Newsmax Live. What is their story? We don't know if we can trust the election, and here's Lindsey Graham telling us about it.
News is that even if he doesn't get it this time, he's got another shot here in about a year.
Amen.
And I want to ask you one more question, a question we get all the time from our viewers. The Associated Press reported last month you and Susan Collins had supported all 8 Biden judges that had been confirmed. And Republicans get really heated over this story, and I wanted to give you a chance just to respond to that story.
Sure. Well, I was the chairman. I appreciate it. I was the chairman of the Judiciary Committee where we confirmed, I think, 2.
All right, whatever. We don't really care what Lindsey says, but they're already pulling the voter fraud stuff. They're not stopping with it. Hold on. I think I have a fraud. Here we go.
Fraud. It's a fraud.
Exactly. And that's what they are claiming at this point in time. All right. I apologize that I have gotten away from super chats. Let me answer a few. Oh, my God. First, I've got to thank all these people, or we are never going to catch up. Center Safe and Scrootscamander have signed up via Twitch. I appreciate that, guys. It would really be something else if we can get up to 1,000 from the standpoint of Twitch. Also, memberships are dumping in on my website. I don't know that we've ever seen this happen. Let me thank people taking advantage of the coupon code No Recall on my website. Okay? Andrew Sorensen is a new member. Daniel Hall has signed up. Priscilla Medina using the code. Gene Bison is a new member. Seth Daniel and Jacob Cotis have signed up. Jesse Guthrie and Braden Neves are new members. Ian LaPhilliff, not LaPhillip, LaPhilliff and Carly Knight have signed up. Rebecca Scheel and Kathy DiFilippo are new members. Jay Isberg, as well as Wayne Smith, have signed up. Catherine Goodman and Linda Gorin are new members. I don't even know that we can keep up. Nick Lewis, as well as Mario Hernandez. Ethan Apodaca, Gail Long, and Micah O'Leary. Folks, that's 21, putting us at 69. We must stop the count. People are demanding. There's people already saying the count has been rigged, which is crazy. All right, let me get to some super chats. Big Boo Boo says, David, what's your favorite Kubrick film? 2001: A Space Odyssey, I would say. David, what do you think of The Grateful Dead? Not a fan, and I also am off Cherry Garcia. I have found a better cherry ice cream. It is Grayton's. We did a whole segment on it. Grayton's Black Cherry. It is the best cherry ice cream, not a sponsor. Didn't cinema run as a progressive? I didn't think so. Matt Wilson says, keep the mark rising. Yes, Matt Wilson has now set a new high water mark for us for Super Chats with 101 tonight. Thank you, Matt. Sharon says, thanks for doing the election coverage. Thank you for being here, Sharon. I appreciate it. We have surpassed 10,000 live viewers at this point in time. We are combined right now at 10,600 live viewers across platforms. I have only you to thank here. Can I check on how COVID is doing in California? Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Let's take a look at that. What is the trajectory in California? So it looks like they got their Delta bump was not as big proportionally as in some places and already declined about, what is that? About 30%. That's cases. Let's look at deaths. Okay, deaths actually rising. So, I guess we could say relatively controlled spike compared to other places, but not great, much like much of the country is experiencing. We are moments from election results, folks. Appreciate you being here. Do you think we will get a voting rights bill? I don't want to be negative, but I don't think so. I hate to say it, but I don't think so. Dr. Dan Burrito Man says Ligma. Okay, yeah, I'm not falling for it. I'm a Democrat, was going to vote yes on recall. When Larry Elder showed up, I realized the big lie has infested my beloved California. I voted no. Well done. What's your opinion of Scott Perry? I have no idea who that is. Scott Perry. I don't know who is that? Scott Perry. Oh, he's a congressman. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about him. Dude is chaotic evil. I just finished precinct walking in support of the governor. Democrats are out voting to keep Newsom in office. The recall was a waste of time. I believe in the end it will have been a waste of time. Matt Wilson asking, could Kevin screw up the recall by splitting the vote? Or does it not work like that? It doesn't work like that. If so we actually have, let's get to the results here. It's a two-part ballot, okay? Should Newsom be recalled? Unless this gets to 50, it doesn't go any further. And that's it. Only if the answer to should he be recalled is yes, would it then move into the second part. Okay, so no need to worry about that. We are moments from starting to see those results roll in. Don't Texas our California. Yeah, well said. Will you live stream on the 18th? So here's the deal on the 18th. I've got to go to a wedding at 6 Eastern. Probably have to leave at 5:30. Got to hop in the shower at 4:30. So if the rally/riot is starting at like noon or 1, I will stream for a couple of hours. I think it would be important to do that. But, at a certain point, I will have to run. David, what's your favorite yerba mate brand? I don't drink mate. Never liked it. Your new haircut is so-so. Have you ever thought about growing a rat tail? No, I have not. What's your favorite Pixar movie? I don't think I've seen a Pixar movie in 20 years. I love Mallory. Good. I voted no, and I did it 3 times because I'm corrupt. Yeah, I hope that's a joke. Happy birthday. Thank you. Not my birthday. 2001 is good. Have you seen Barry Lyndon? I have not seen it. Sam and Emma spent a majority of the show this morning debating No Mickey on the absurdity of AOC promoting her coupon code dress. Glad to tune in to something of substance. Oh, that's interesting. David, do you think Nicki Minaj was paid for the tweet? It just seems so weird. No, I don't think so. Sir, nice haircut. Rudy isn't the only one primping at Applebee's. Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Welcome if you are just joining us. We have an incredible evening ahead of us where I am hoping for, I am wishing for, I am praying for? No, but colloquially, I am really hoping for a crushing of the recall movement. And we are going to have results in 27 minutes. 27 minutes. I believe this is not going to be a late night. I mean, it's late. I mean, it's 3 hours past my bedtime, obviously. But what I mean is, I think we are going to know by 11:15 whether this is going to recall or not. Now, if it goes to recall, I don't know if we'll necessarily know tonight who wins, although I think it would be Elder. I think we're going to know by about 11:15. I'm kidding, guys. No, I go to bed around now normally. So many. I've got to thank a few more people because so many people are signing up on my website. We have a very special coupon code today. No recall, thanks to AOC's dress. Very. It's a designer dress, quite frankly. Benjamin Rangel just signed up using the code at joinpacman.com. John Mayen just signed up. Hugo Sanchez is a new member. Justin Curtis has signed up. Thanks to Jonathan Brown as well as Dion Gahau. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Cole Bidet and Peter Paleth have signed up. Douglas Hoover and Logan De Hoyos are new members. Johnny Torrado and Derek Smith, thank you for signing up. Buck Walker and Barrett Urban are new members. Michelle Patrick has signed up, so has Daniel Dock. And Julie Jones is a new member. That's 15, putting us at 84. What a day. What a day. Also, thanks to everybody watching on Twitch. We are at 1,500 viewers on Twitch for the first time in a long time. Thanks to a Hick, as well as Spider Monkey, Infiniflip, Bigfoot Tornado, Get Sauced, all of whom are supporting via Twitch and Twitch Prime and related Twitch products. I'm going to play a few voicemails just because people are asking for them. It is not the subject today, but we are moments from the recall results, and I want to just play a few of these for people just to give you a sense of the flavor of what's going on.
Hi, David. It's Mike in Buffalo, New York, and I had a question for you. If in Afghanistan the Taliban is going to be a good faith actor in the world, why are they cutting off evacuations August 31st?
They're not going to be a good faith actor. No, but I don't know who said that. I certainly did not say that myself.
Hey, David, I wanted to get your take on this weird argument that came up from a right-winger on COVID vaccine mandates. So I was talking about a friend of mine who's in a deep red state, Idaho, and a registered nurse at a hospital where it's required that everyone has the vaccine. Now, 70% of her department actually is not working right now because they refuse to get the vaccine. Again, it's a deep red state. So my friend said, my conservative friend said, well, wouldn't that go in the negative category for mandates?
Okay. I'm going to move on from that. Let's listen to just a couple of others. Oh, actually, before I continue with this, let me actually play a couple of the other clips that I did have. Hold on. So we did the Nicki Minaj stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is that lunatic attorney, Lynn Wood. I don't fully know what happened here, but apparently, so here's Ron Filipkowski, who's really good with covering all of this insanity. Here's the explanation for what we're about to see. After attempts to force a Chicago hospital to treat anti-vaccine activist Veronica Wolski with ivermectin were unsuccessful, Lynn Wood calls the hospital, says he has an ambulance outside to take her away, and that if they don't release her, they could be charged with murder. This is completely insane.
Yes, tell me your name again. JP, my name is Lynn Wood. I'm a lawyer. I'm calling you from South Carolina. You have a patient in your hospital named Veronica Wolski. The individual with her medical power of attorney is demanding that she be released immediately. There's an ambulance. Wait, I'm not through yet. There's an ambulance waiting for her outside. There is a medical doctor waiting.
I'm guessing the JP on the phone is saying, I can't possibly discuss a patient with you.
For her to treat her.
That's my hippo.
If you do not release her, you're going to be guilty of murder. Do you understand what murder is?
Now, it's really for a court to decide whether someone's guilty of something. So how a lawyer would be able to say that is absolutely insane. So that's Lynn Wood. And then I also had this. This is from Real America's Voice. This is apparently a college student on the right here who is protesting vaccines. And it all makes very, very little sense. And it inspires despair for humanity.
It's going to be a huge cost to you, both financial and otherwise, if you are forced to leave school. I mean, how do you go about weighing that cost in terms of whether or not it's worth it or not, if that's what it comes down to?
So it's for sure worth it, because I believe that this is just the beginning. And I think that it's better if we have more people that would rise up, because then you could nip it in the bud now rather than it going further. So
this is like the slippery slope thing. And it's like, hey, you know, we've had vaccine mandates of different kinds for at least 116 years, and it hasn't gone beyond vaccines. You know, we've had vaccine requirements for at least 116 years. They're pointing to a slippery slope where we have 116 years of counterpoint to.
I think that if we nip it in the bud now, then we'll have choice, you know, and then if you don't do it now, then they're slowly take away more freedoms from you. And so
really? And why hasn't that happened in 116 years, Brooke?
I think that people don't feel that that's what's happening, which is why it's so hard to get more people to come together.
Brooke, it's because it's not happening. That's why it's hard to get people to come together around your insane slippery slope nonsense.
Well, I know you talked about how some of them are vaccinated, some of them are unvaccinated. I'm curious, though, what is the makeup of the group sort of ideologically of these 90 people? Are they mostly conservative? Are they libertarian?
Also, what are their racial breakdowns and sexual orientations, Brooke? Tell us.
Are they liberal? Like, is it pretty diverse politically?
So we haven't really talked about politics as far
yeah,
as
we don't need to. We know who everybody is.
Like what everybody is. But we all believe that this is like a political thing, because we have a sister school that is in Florida, and they're not requiring any of these things, just our school. So it's clearly political.
It's politico.
I know there are a lot of people concerned about these vaccine mandates pretty much all over the country. Now that we have Dr. Fauci saying air travelers should get the COVID vaccine to fly.
That would be great. I would love that, actually.
How concerned are you about the impact on our entire country and sort of where we're going?
Why do we even care what she thinks about that? She has no idea. She's pointing to an inevitable slippery slope that over 116 years has not happened.
Nation.
So it is pretty scary. Like I said earlier, I think it's just really important for people to keep pushing for the freedom of choice, because if we don't have that...
Is she talking about freedom of choice like abortion?
Then you have no rights over your own body. Like, what would this world come to, you know? So
sort of like all those people trying to make abortion illegal. Is that what you're talking about?
I think it is imperative to have more people rise up, whether what side you're on.
Rise up, yeah. Okay, so that's what's going on at the National University of Health Sciences, not an institution I'm familiar with at this point in time, but maybe one that I could become familiar with. Let's look at a few other super chats. The dark half is asking, sir, quick question, Ja Rule or Fat Joe? Ja Rule for sure. Did I see Trump's full page response to Milley? No, I bookmarked it, but I'm going to look at it tomorrow. How many dead people do you think are voting in California tonight? We know Republicans will try to find some as soon as tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think any. Although it's conceivable that someone was alive when they sent in their mail-in ballot a week ago and then since died. That's possible. That's possible. They could be of any party when that happens. Okay. David, are there any states with a Republican governor a Democrat can challenge with a recall? I don't know enough about that to say. Oh, it looks like this is the Elder campaign. So let's take a listen.
Strategists and campaign leaders here in the ballroom of the Hilton in Costa Mesa as they are seeing some of those long lines, hearing reports of long lines across the state, but especially in what they consider to be GOP strongholds like Huntington Beach and Thousand Oaks. As was another area mentioned, that they are really hoping that their supporters turn out. A very festive atmosphere, at least at this point here. I want to show you the...
are they bringing out a crudité there? Did you guys see the wait staff? That looks nice. Looks like there were some nice carrots there.
In a crowd of his supporters, he's, of course, hoping in celebration. Now, since he got into this race, he jumped to the front of the pack of the replacement candidates.
What do they have there?
I say he really set himself apart from some of the more moderate replacement candidates by stressing a conservative agenda and really leaning into...
Yeah, it's actually Trumpism. The guy's policies are almost indistinguishable from Trumpism. We are standing by for election results 16 minutes from now, folks. 16 minutes from now, Right Side Broadcasting is in the room at the Larry Elder event. Newsmax is running commercials for, looks like Elements of Sinks. That's a malfunction if I've ever seen one. Okay, so very, very soon, we are going to have information about the winner here. $10,000 on non-vaccine people as a bounty. I don't know what that means. National University of Health and Sciences is a chiropractic self-healing school, not a real medical school. And then, David, National University of Health Sciences does not have an MD program, but a naturopathic program. So she is not a medical student. That's pretty funny. Even labeling her as a medical student seems to have been a bit of an exaggeration. That's actually hilarious. That is hilarious. I do want to thank people who continue. We may set a record today, guys. Hold on a second. Stand by. Bijibo, Lasharu, and Slippenshank, as well as Dr. Daddy, have just signed up via Twitch Prime. Over on my website, where we have this ends at midnight Eastern, guys. Coupon code no recall. Controversial. Very controversial. Coupon code no recall being used. Jocelyn Witt, or Whit, has just signed up on my website. Matthew Corser. Evan Bradley has just signed up. So has Cullian Kashalk. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Philip Nadeau and Stacy Fisk. Whoa, people are stealing memberships. This is crazy. Kyle McAvoy and Ali Wender have signed up. Tracy Trish and Ben Vanderkalf are new members. Brandon Korth and Susan Klatt have signed up. And so has Ryan Long, putting us at 104. Also, thanks to Mogwai for the Twitch subscription. Very much appreciate that. Thanks to everybody watching on Twitch, by the way. Really do appreciate it. We've been making every effort to do more content on Twitch. And people asking for my thoughts on the AOC dress. I really don't care about it. Like, I really don't care. I just don't care. We turned it into something funny for today. We did. One of our viewers did. But I just don't care about the AOC went to an event and she wore a dress that said tax the rich around rich people. All right. You know what? Whatever. Hard for me to feel too much about it one way or the other. Folks, we're moments from results. 13 minutes until polls close in California, expecting many results quickly as a result of the heavy early ballot. Hold on, is this Kevin right here? We just interviewed Kevin. That is Kevin, right? Are they covering Kevin?
Polling Democrat taking Newsom on. And back out here live, he says regardless of what happens out here tonight, he does plan on running for governor again in 2022. Reporting live in
We just interviewed Kevin, actually, about a half hour ago.
All right, Nicole, thank you so much for that update. Meantime, Governor Newsom is spending this election night in Sacramento after making a stop in San Francisco.
Okay. So we're keeping an eye on all of it, guys, expecting results momentarily. Everybody's about to go live. Let's see if we can actually get to 10,000 live viewers on YouTube alone. That would be amazing. Questions continue to come in. Because the Trump cult has spread all the way to Canada, I hope this recall fails so the crazies will be quiet for a while. I don't think they'll be quiet. Evan asking, do I think we'll see some massive dumps tonight?
They call them dumps.
I think we're going to see one ballot dump right around 11 p.m., and I think it's going to be over. That's my prediction. I am confident today. I might end up crying by 11:05, but I am pretty confident about tonight. If you could ask Larry Elder one thing right now, what would you ask him? I don't know. Do you still think the slave owners should get reparations? I fear Democrats are like a lobster who doesn't realize he's being boiled alive. If push doesn't come to shove whilst the Dems hold executive power, the GOP is having lobster for dinner soon. Yeah. Let's hope not. Tristan asking, is it just me who boils over with rage at Air Force Mom? No, watching that video, I was pretty fired up myself. Are you taking calls, David? Probably not. It's just a late night, so I think we're gonna get to results and then we may call it. I was doing maintenance today at a business that hosted Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Do you have thoughts on her in terms of policy? Yeah, her policy is vile. Absolutely horrifying. It would be a disaster for any state to be plagued with her as governor. A lot of people seem focused in on my Apple bags tweet. We can look at it once more. This refers yesterday. Nicki Minaj tweeted about, hold on, where is it? Here it is. Nicki Minaj tweeted about some guy whose testicles became swollen from the vaccine. And I responded, is it maybe possible the swollen Apple bags were an STD from cheating? And that's why the wedding was called off. Sometimes I like to see who quote tweets it. Pac-Man in the comments section. Gates Foundation has been experimenting with vaccines for 20 years. Wow. Some people, that's bizarre, huh? Apple bags, sir. That's a new one. Okay. Yeah, I am actually going to talk. Let me just show you guys this. This is beyond parody. I wasn't initially going to talk about the Nicki Minaj stuff, but check out what happened today on Tucker Carlson.
We haven't been able to figure out whether this show is broadcast in Trinidad, but if Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend is watching...
Oh, that is just indistinguishable from satire. That is just it. Hold on a second. I've got to hear that again.
We haven't been able to figure out whether this show is broadcast in Trinidad.
We haven't been able to figure it out. We just don't know where we're on. Okay.
But if Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend is watching, or his former fiance is watching, we want to hear your story. We'll come to Port of Spain to see you.
Yeah.
Let us know.
They will go to Spain. I'm sorry, not to Spain, to Port of Spain, Trinidad. You really can't. Let's craft a tweet. I don't even know what to say. My instinct is to say, it's hard to believe that this is real, but it's real. Anybody want to craft the tweet that should go out with this for me? You guys are probably much more clever than I am. How does he say this with a straight face? That's not bad. Yeah, I think I like that. Man. What a wild, wild situation, huh? Okay, guys, we are moments away from results. Glad you're with us. 8 minutes to go. People cannot stop signing up on the website. It's incredible what is happening right now. The website is straining under the weight. Raji Koja is a new member on my website. David Bowles has just signed up. Debbie Griffith, welcome, Debbie. Terry Slater signing up with the coupon code No Recall. If you forget what the coupon code is, just remember it's on AOC's dress. No recall. Thanks to Z Buska for the new membership, as well as Tammy Cox. Jennifer Hall is a new member, and so is Amy Williams, putting us at 113. Really appreciate that. Also, thanks to Mikey Gaming, Roni's Twitching, Dope Tipped for the Twitch subscriptions. Top of the hour results. Did I see the clip with Tucker admitting to lying? Yes. Oh, people are saying that the Florida numbers look like they are lies. They are, and I'm going to explain it to you. Here's what's going on. This is really important to understand, okay? Florida is doing, look at that. Wow, it's going so well in Florida. Florida is reporting cases with a full week's delay, okay? And then assigning the cases to the day, the deaths, assigning the deaths to the day that they took place. So here's what happens. For the last few days, okay, so if you look at like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, there were very, very few reports because a few days ago, Florida announced the numbers for last week, right? Where they were in the 300s. So it always looks like the recent numbers are really, really low. In fact, it looks like multiple weeks here are incomplete. It always looks like there's a precipitous decline. Next week, they'll update the numbers for this week, but it'll look like next week there's a precipitous decline. It's crazy what Florida is doing. We've covered it in detail. I won't bore you with more of it right now, but it's wild. It is wild. Sir, you're experiencing massive membership dumps.
They call them dumps.
The coupon code is fraud.
Fraud.
Yeah, no, we do need to investigate that. I need to thank Todd Susi, as well as Louis Tirado and Nick Patella. Numbers 117, 118, and 119. Really very much appreciate that. Have I seen the JLP music video based on the Destiny interview yet? It's safe for work and hilarious. I haven't, but I'll look into it. Tucker's loving the energy, sir, wondering if the redistricting occurring this year merits a segment. If Nicki Minaj, cousin's friend, is watching, try ice. You should tweet, I'm listening to Tucker Carlson in Spain right now. Hold the S. In pain, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's... let me look at that just one more time because it's so crazy. I will look at it on my own profile, of course.
Figure out whether this show is broadcast in Trinidad. But if Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend is watching, or his former fiance is watching, we want to hear your story. We'll come to Port of Spain to see you.
Well, Tucker, my apple bags are the size of a cantaloupe. That's really the whole story, you know? I don't know what else to tell you. And this was the vaccine? Yeah. Definitely was the vaccine. Wasn't cheating on my fiance. Definitely not. No. Very strange. Very, very strange. Okay. Very good. We are under 5 minutes from polls closing. Let's see if there's any early data here. Not that I am seeing. Latest polls. Let's see what else we've got. Nothing since 8:06 there. Is there like a Google California recall results? Sometimes Google will do a thing. No, I'm not seeing it. Let's see what the New York Times has got. Nothing yet. Okay. All right, good. So we have plenty of sources here, and we are expecting the initial data in just moments. ABC should be starting shortly. NBC is live. Right Side Broadcasting. Oh, hold on. They're interviewing people at Larry Elder's campaign headquarters. This I have to hear.
No, it's horrible.
Let's talk about taxes. Taxes are a big thing right now. If this infrastructure bill, if it got passed, it would put Californians on the hook of about 60% of your income that you're taxed, 60%.
Yeah, if you make $5 million a year.
I don't care how you look at it. Let's talk about taxes. What needs to be done here?
Oh, we need to, we're the highest taxed state in the country, and we need to get our homeless off the street and get them working so they are contributors to society as well.
Man, these people, they don't know anything, huh?
Just a little bit. Here you had Barack Obama and several others saying vote no on the recall, but not one of those individuals, including Barack Obama, said anything about what Newsom has done to help California.
Wow, this guy's killing it, huh?
No.
It's incredible that the people that are against this recall won't give us any reasons why Gavin Newsom should stay in office.
Well, hold on a second. How about the fact that California's economy is growing so fast that if it were a country, it would be growing almost as fast as the developing nation of China, the maturing economy of China, I guess we would say.
A nonpartisan election, right? You've got Hispanics that voted 60% plus in the last election to put Newsom in office.
Hispanics.
So that everybody, Republicans, Democrats, Asian Americans, Hispanics are all now disappointed with what Newsom has done. He's done.
That's not true. Well, I guess we'll see momentarily.
I think the magical question is, will we know the results tonight?
Will we know?
Considering a lot of ballots, it could take days to count. It could take weeks to count. Who knows?
It could took weeks.
It does make you sick to your stomach. I think they need to change that, where election night is election night, and that's it. We kind of saw what happened in the 2020 election when things were just able to jump in days and afterwards, and even weeks afterwards.
I don't know who's more incompetent, the interviewer or the interviewees.
Results, because the Democrats, those that like Newsom, may be voting early, and that may be the early results. So as you indicated, in the days and a week or however long.
Oh, so this guy's lining it up to say, even if it looks like Newsom is not recalled, we've got to wait. Guys, we are really, really close to election results here. Really, really close. Moments from it. Moments from it. I want to say thank you to Yvette Guevara for signing up for a membership on my website. Also, thanks to Eamon McKay, Elizabeth Ruiz, Sharon Turnoy, Rita Delgadillo, James Haining, and Robin Whitt with, I think, another membership. I could have sworn I said Robin Whitt earlier today. Also, thanks to Jen here for gifting a subscription via Twitch. Appreciate that, Jen, very, very much. We are standing by for results. We have breached the firewall of not only 10, but 11,000 live viewers on YouTube. We could, if things go right, surpass 2,000 viewers on Twitch. Welcome, everybody. If you are just finding us and you're wondering why I'm here, I don't have an answer to that question either. I thought I was just going to be a guy in a room with a microphone. But all of a sudden, there's people watching, because we are just moments from election results. Moments from election results. 50% required to recall Gavin Newsom. If the answer is yes, it will then go to a ballot expected to be won by lunatic Trumpist Republican Larry Elder. Earlier on today, we interviewed Democratic candidate Kevin Paffrath. He was generous with his time, and he joined us. And we are now in the money. It is after 11 p.m. on the East. Let's listen.
The attention of the country, with potentially national implications should Governor Newsom lose.
Lots to get to tonight. Here's a live look from Sacramento. The polls have just closed, but yet people still in line. People have been back to work, and they're like, hey, got to get to the polls, right? This is the California Museum over there on O Street. Beautiful building. They're either there to cast their vote in person.
This gentleman's ranting. I wish we could hear this guy.
Every single registered voter, 22 million people, received a ballot because of the pandemic. So a live look as the polls close. People are in line. If you're in line, vote still counts. That's for darn sure. Okay, the recall coming down to two simple questions on the ballot. Shall Gavin Newsom be recalled from the office of the governor? If more than 50% vote yes, the governor would be removed from office.
And the second question on the ballot, if the governor is recalled, who will replace him? 45 candidates were on the ballot, mostly Republicans with a handful of Democrats, though no Democratic politicians chose to officially run against Newsom. If the governor is ousted...
All right. over on ABC.
Top challenger Larry Elder has promised to end all COVID mandates if he's elected, but he's already casting doubt on the election results before they're even known. We're getting early exit polls in, and our team is standing by tonight to break down the race, what the campaigns are saying right now, and what comes next. We begin with Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman.
After the fight of his political life, tonight, Governor Gavin Newsom sounding confident he won't be fired by the voters of California.
So what are we going to do? We will turn out and vote no on this recall. Do I have your support to vote no?
In the closing hours, Newsom tried to turn the race into a referendum on the leading Republican candidate to replace him.
All right, so everybody seemingly making time until we have the results coming shortly. These are interviews with Larry Elder supporters. They are pretty weaponized.
Full forensic audit. I mean, regardless of the outcome, because we want to know that these elections are fair, they have integrity, and they're really. I mean, if we don't have fair and transparent elections, we don't have a country, right?
Absolutely. Like, I think that if Democrats and Republicans, we both care about fair elections, right? I think that if Democrats think everything's fair, they should be okay with forensic audits. Same with us.
The question is, what evidence do we have that a forensic audit is necessary? And do you know what a forensic audit is? Would you know the difference between a forensic audit and a chicken patty, right?
Both parties should be okay with. So personally, I am of the belief that there should be audits of every state in every election. Because that's what is going to give the people the confidence that these things are fair. Yeah. So that's what I think. And
okay, all right. I am being told that there is some early data from very early. Everybody, hold on. Whoa. Everybody relax. With under 1% reporting. Does it even matter with under 1% reporting? Like, it just doesn't even matter, right? I mean, we just have to wait. Okay. Everybody relax. We're just waiting. Under 1% reporting, not even going to mention anything. But the data is starting to come in. We should be following. What's the guy's name? Is it David? What's his David? Who tracks calls elections on Twitter? I want to have his tweet feed up. David Wasserman. Yeah. Let's get him up. No, that is not him. Well, not sure who that is. Is it Dave Wasserman? There it is. Okay, here we go. So that'll give us some information as well. I'm not sure that he's even covering this, actually. Oh, he may not even be covering it. Okay. All right, guys. The data, now we're in something in Spanish. This is what is this? Some kind of error. All right. In any case, the New York Times results seem quite good. Let's also check CNN's results, which I am told are even more updated. 6% reporting. Wow. And a 20-point lead for no. We're going to keep watching. The next update coming in 4, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Okay, no big update there. All right, so with 6% reporting, keeping Newsom is winning by more than 20 percentage points. That this is only 6%. So we're keeping an eye on it. If you're just joining us, we've been here for some period of time. We've been waiting for these results, and they are now starting to come in. And all we can do is track them as they come in. If yes were to win, this would go to a second question, which is, well, who should be the next governor? And the belief is that Larry Elder would easily win that. Okay? From the standpoint of polling, the polling was plus 16. The polling was plus 16 for keeping Newsom. The results so far have now jumped to plus 43. Oh, no, sorry. That's the wrong one. No, that's wrong. Where were the ones we were looking at? Sorry, the CNN ones. Here we go. Got a little carried away. With 6% reporting, that was early. With 6% reporting, it is plus 21 for keeping Gavin Newsom. People already calling for forensic audits, even without knowing what that means, even without knowing why. The message today, remember, is no recall. If you are still in line in California to vote, let us know via Super Chat. Let us know. But it is no recall. And if you are on my website, remember that the coupon code is also no recall. It was very controversially on AOC's dress. No recall is the code. Some really great people taking advantage of this. I want to thank every one of them if I can get it. Scott Coley has just signed up on my website. So has Glenda Mullins. New member Ebony Hall is here. Rosalie Martin has signed up. Thank you to Ariana Parson and Pam Kolstad and Jay Stewart putting us at 134 today. Welcome if you're watching on Twitch. It's so great to be covering this with you. We've not had 2,000 live viewers on Twitch for months. It's great to see all of you here. We are at 15,000 concurrent live viewers across all platforms as we are all anxiously awaiting now with 7% reporting up to a 22-point lead for keeping Gavin Newsom. My belief is this can't be close. These recallers need to be humiliated and destroyed. They need to be humiliated and destroyed. And currently, no is winning by 22.2, as we are getting updates pretty regularly here. And we may, by 11:15, have 12 or 15% of the vote in. It is something else, folks. Joshua says the first results include San Diego, an historically red city. That appears to be true. 68% reporting in San Diego, no winning by 20 points. Wow. That is interesting. And a little bit of results no results yet from YOLO, but results from Napa. Now, isn't Napa sort of conservative also? From what I recall. I am being told that there is now, with 8% in, the New York Times now has the lead at plus 23 for keeping Gavin Newsom. 8% reporting, the lead is plus 23 for keeping Gavin Newsom. Kornacki says expect major counties in the first half hour. Yeah, we're going to know a lot in the next 20 minutes, guys. We're going to know a lot in the next 20 minutes. 8% reporting on New York Times. With 17% reporting, keeping Newsom's lead has swelled to almost 28 points. Absolutely huge dump of ballots.
They call them dumps.
Exactly. 17% in. Folks, this is going in a very interesting direction. I am being told the website may be even going down under heavy loads. People trying, oh my God, we've quadrupled resources and people may be trying to sign up for membership so quickly. This can't be possibly happening, is it? No, the website is still up and running. Wow. I actually thought the website was going down there. It's like, they don't have any higher hosting plan than the one we're on, guys. Wow. I love people on Twitch saying you only have 2,000 viewers. It's like, yeah, there's 16,000 on all these different platforms. I can assure you the website can't handle 16,000 visitors. Most like they're actually, it actually requires quite a significant website to handle 16,000 people at once. We just have, a little old country website. Let's continue to track the numbers. The latest update remains 17%. The no, which would keep Gavin Newsom currently leading by 27.4.
Dumps.
McCarthy and McClintock are the reddest California counties. If they vote no, it's over. Have I watched the Netflix documentary Turning Point's 9/11? I have not. We are getting very close to another vote update here. This is it, folks. This is it. Let's see what's happening at Larry Elder's headquarters here.
That we don't trust in politics and we don't trust in our money. We don't trust in our stuff. We trust in the God of heaven and earth.
Is this guy praying for help? They're going to need listen, it's looking like you're going to need divine intervention the way it's going, guys.
And we're asking you to take the state back.
This guy seems high as a kite.
When all God's people said, amen. God bless you guys.
So two realities shaping up here, my friends. From the standpoint of voting, we now have 19% reporting and a 29-point lead for those seeking to keep Gavin Newsom. This is what's happening with data. At Larry Elder's headquarters, they are praying.
Impromptu co-host for the night, Sarah Rodriguez, a friend of mine, 2A advocate, California residents. She's very outspoken. You also work with some other organizations. Turning Point, I think, is one of them.
Organizations even more vile than this network, even.
We have a long night ahead of us, but
it may not be that long, Phil.
You've seen all the efforts.
I don't know what this guy's name is, actually.
What do you see on the streets?
Well, it's hard to figure out what we can expect between fraudulent things going on and
It's a really eloquent, articulate explanation.
it's very confusing right now.
It is very confusing.
It's not looking that confusing over on CNN's website. With 19% reporting, Gavin Newsom is prevailing by 29 points at this point in time, with more updates coming. We are expecting some sizable data dumps in the next 15 minutes. Over on the New York Times with the New York Times is up to 21% reporting, and the lead has now swelled to 30.6. This is the biggest lead of the night. If we look at the county by county results, we do have red elements everywhere. Now, red is good. This is backwards. Red is good. Even YOLO going basically 73 to 27 in the right direction. And I am being told that Dave Wasserman has called it. Let's take a look. I've seen enough. The vote to recall California Governor Gavin Newsom has failed.
Big, massive dumps. They call them dumps. Dumps.
And, of course, the calls of fraud will start very quickly.
Fraud. It's a fraud.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, a humiliating, I would even say an humiliating defeat for those seeking to remove Gavin Newsom in the midst of an extraordinarily powerful economic situation in California, and replace him with a man who could be certifiably insane. I mean, we're not playing coy with mental illness. Larry Elder, the leader among the yes people, seems to be completely out of his mind. And we now have 69% of the recall vote saying keep Gavin Newsom. A 38.8 point lead for keeping Gavin Newsom. People are coming in out of nowhere. I can see the energy in the audience. We have just reached a record for today of 17,000 live viewers across our 3 platforms. Super chats are dumping in. I can't thank people enough who have been using the coupon code No Recall on my website. Look at these folks. Nicole Irwin just grabbed a membership. Tucker Freestone. Joan Perry has signed up. Eileen Gaines. It is crazy what is happening right now, folks. This is a humiliating defeat for Trumpian Republicans aligned with Larry Elder. Let's see what the copium is looking like here at Larry Elder's headquarters.
39 a gallon. We dropped a penny. Way to go. That's outrageous. And a lot of that has to do with the amount of tax that's tacked on each gallon of gas.
Yeah, absolutely. It's getting to be, I paid $6 the other day, and
how does anybody
Lisa Rodriguez, get yourself some solar panels and get yourself an electric car and get off the gas instead of complaining about the gas prices, please. Are they pretending like it's not over? Are they actually pretending like it's still going on?
in gas a day. So yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And not to mention like the groceries, and that's all
groceries.
insane.
And of course,
have you guys seen the price of mangoes lately?
Fire season is almost the next season here. That's a big deal here in California. They
genuinely seem to be pretending like this isn't over. This is unbelievable. Let's look at Newsmax.
Yep. So this is the whole green movement is not about preventing global warming. It's about
isn't this the fossil fuel dude who shows up on everywhere and says fossil fuels are great?
On nuclear, I think yesterday or today as well, talking about how no Democrats support any kind of nuclear. It's the cleanest thing we got as in comparison, except for maybe, like solar is very clean as well, obviously. But nuclear is incredibly clean. It's incredibly efficient, and we can make it safe. And yet the big powers in the Democrat Party are absolutely against it. Do you have any idea why?
Yeah, I have a strong idea why. So first of all, it's much cleaner than solar if you look at the whole process, and it's by far the safest thing ever created. Yeah, and so there's this question.
We can't afford not to be on nuclear. They seem to be pretending that this isn't over. Now, if you're just joining us, I do want to let you know this lead has swelled more than Nicki Minaj's cousin's brother's fiance's Apple bags because of supposedly the COVID vaccine, probably STD or orchitis could be. This is now a 40.2 point lead for keeping Governor Newsom. I can't think of more humiliating results. And at Elder headquarters, they're talking about gas prices.
So we're being suppressed with everything that we have. I mean, they're given,
I don't think any of us are against legal immigration. We're all for legal immigration, absolutely. But we're talking about the mass migration of people coming across the border that are unvetted. We don't know who they are. We don't know what their intentions are. And we're seeing them not just from like Mexico, but we're seeing them from all over the world. They come through Central America, up through Mexico into our states.
very rarely do you
Oh my God, are they clearing out are they taking the chairs away? It would be absolutely amazing if the staff at the Hilton start clearing chairs out while this guy still pretends it's not over. That would actually be unbelievable.
House here is Gun Talk 101 with Sarah Rodriguez. Let's break it down.
Rodriguez, is that like seagulls?
What you can't do and what perhaps the progressive left wants to do.
Well, basically, you can't do anything.
Okay.
Thank God we have some amazing sheriffs.
Oh my God, are they being moved so they can clear the room because it's over, but they're not admitting it's over? That would be the tops.
Through each county, and we have some really, really, really great sheriffs that issue CCWs. So thank God we do have a carry state.
Imagine if the lights turned off.
We're allowed to own. We have a crazy weird list and different laws that make it pretty much impossible to own anything semi-automatic or anything, with any kind of features.
Now, I know in Texas we just did constitutional carry.
Yes, very, very exciting. But meanwhile, the numbers keep rolling in. They have shrunk a little bit. The lead has shrunk a little bit. But folks, it is over. This has been called. Dave Wasserman has gone to sleep. He's not. He went to bed. OK, I've seen enough. The vote to recall Newsom has failed and subsequently headed to bed. Good night. When Dave Wasserman is sleeping, it's over, folks. OK, it is over. And that is absolutely it. This has failed, and it has failed miserably. Oh, they stopped the feed on the screen behind. Oh, yeah, they cut the feed. So I think on this screen, I think it was this feed that they had on the screen back here, or a similar feed. They seem to have cut it. Let's see how the reports are coming in from NBC.
Thanks.
A rural hospital in upstate New York.
Okay, they are not talking about it. Interesting. The lead has again grown to 40. Wow, what a lead. We have 50% reporting, and it is over. Oh, a big jump on 538, I'm being told. Where are the results? Oh, here we go. 52% reporting. 52% reporting, and the lead is now 42. Wow. This is the Republican, guys, this is a partial referendum on Trump. Larry Elder was pro-Trump everything. And the fact that this has failed so miserably is a partial Trump referendum. Doesn't tell us about 22. Okay. But it is not a good sign for Trumpian lunacy. Certainly not. I appreciate everybody who keeps signing up on my website. I can't even keep up. I can't tell you how thrilled I am that so many folks are watching today on Twitch. I really appreciate that. Saturday, I will be streaming the second Trump riots, which hopefully won't be riots. Hopefully it'll just be a very, very peaceful rally. But the reason they're going to be there is pretty violent. They are there in defense of the rioters from January 6th. That's going to be on Saturday. I'm going to be streaming that. So I hope you'll be here for that. Make sure that you are following on Twitch or subscribed on YouTube in order to be notified about that. But today, just unbelievable numbers, especially after it looked for a little while there. I mean, go back to the polling, right? The polling a month ago was tied. It was tied. And these results just stunning. So that is going to conclude my coverage today. Don't forget to follow. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to send me weird tweets. No, but make sure you're following me on Twitter at dpacman. An incredible evening, a humiliating defeat for the Republican Party. Dave Wasserman has called it, and I believe that he is trustworthy on this. All right, guys, we will see you very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Good night.